Hey folks, Joe checking in here. I've got a video for you today on networking and talking to important people. Now, this could be maybe a guy or girl that you meet somewhere that you're kind of romantically interested in. This could be a new boss or manager, or maybe you're at a networking event and there's some big baller in the room and you just want to be able to get to know them a little bit more. I have 3 hints and steps that will help you out in that. So before we begin, do me a favor. I'm throwing up some rookie numbers down below with that subscriber count. I want to be able to help more people. That's the whole idea from this channel. I don't make money from it. I don't do anything. I'm here to help. So do me a favor and subscribe to it, and that'll help, and then hit the like button. That'll help YouTube push this out a little bit more and help more people with this information. So without further ado, let's get to it. Now, whether you're an introvert or extrovert, this video will likely help you. Here are the steps. Here we go. First, I want you to start looking at people's nonverbals to give you something specific to look towards. It's going to be people's feet. So bear with me here. When you're talking to somebody, try to start to get in the habit of this. Look at their feet and see what direction their feet are pointed at. If it's towards you, you likely have their attention, especially if it shifts towards you. If the feet were never facing you, you should make it your goal to make their feet face you through asking better questions, making them laugh, or getting their attention in some way. Okay. Those nonverbals are very important. That's just a good way to kind of dictate where you're at. You can also tell if you're in a group of, a bunch of college guys, Brad and Chad are around you or something like that, and some cute girls go walking by. Look at their feet. I bet their feet start facing her. So, ladies, I might have just helped you out, and sorry for all the fellas out there. I might have just gotten you in trouble. Second, I want you to start using people's names, and strategically. There is nothing sweeter than using someone's name, and that'll get their attention and make them feel good. Use their name early in conversations and before important questions or when you need to direct their attention. Those are the 2 names. Kind of use their name as a tool. So use it early, let them know that you're focused on them and it's important to them, and also before you ask big questions or important things. That'll help redirect their focus. That will really help you. I found that to be super effective when talking to people. Third and final one for you here. I'll go a little bit more into depth on this one. So especially for my introverts out there, or people that struggle with a little bit of approach anxiety, talking to girls, or anytime you're experiencing that little bit of like uncomfortableness with talking to people, or that gives you a little anxiety, your only goal when talking to somebody is just ask one good question. Okay? One good question. That's all you need to do. And I'll explain why. With that one question, that will lead to the whole rest of your conversation because it'll give you other things to talk about. So here's a specific example. And you feel free to use this one down the road. So whether you're talking to a girl or guy, whether you're talking to a boss, or whether you're talking to just somebody you want to get to know better, or you're interviewing somebody, try to ask them a question they have not been asked before. And here's one that I specifically used in the past. And I'll frame it as it. So let's pick a name. Let's go with Karen. So, hey Karen, you've been super successful in business. A lot of people probably asked you about your successes and your failures. I want to try to ask you a different question. So, what was the turning point in your career where like the light bulb seemed to go off and everything seemed to just change for you? Like, what was that turning point for you that really stuck out? Pause. Now, what I just did is I just kind of differentiated myself from other people. I said, a lot of people are going to ask you about their successes and failures. They're probably thinking, oh yeah, a lot of people have asked me about that. I'm going to ask you a different question. So I just took their attention. I'm like, oh, okay, here comes something different. This guy is different. What was the turning point, or what was something that changed for you? What was that light bulb moment? I use those words to kind of light up their brain a little bit. And then they're going to give me hopefully a really good answer. So they might say something like this. Well, Joe, I read this one book. And then from that book, I then talked to this person who networked me to my business partner here, and everything has changed because of that. It all started with that book, and those are the things that happened afterwards. We'll pause again. You can now talk about that book. You can talk about that person they networked with. You could talk about the person that they hired and how they did so. You have all these different tangents and branches, which will probably have other branches that will stem from them. And you could probably get lost in that conversation for at least an hour. Just asking someone a question about them that might be a little bit different. And you can always start off, starting off conversations, you always go with like the BS, compliment them on their shoes or something like that, or about their cologne, whatever it might be. But the quicker, without being weird, the quicker you can get into a good, genuine question, the quicker that conversation will just automatically roll. Right? It helps if you brush your teeth a little bit. It helps if you don't have a booger in your nose. And it helps if you're, genuinely like a little bit funny. But if you can just ask a really good question, people will definitely give you their time of day. So those are some things that might help you out. I hope you use those, and let me know what your thoughts are on them, especially like something quick like using someone's name or looking at their feet. Do that today on your next conversation and see if you notice a change. Okay, take those and apply them. Extra bonuses that I told you I was going to have here at the end. Follow up with a handwritten note to this person afterwards. Thank them for their time, something that stood out to you in their conversation. Right? Show that you care and you're going to do a little bit extra. People like those things, like a handwritten note. Doesn't have to be long, just something that you telling them that you were thinking about them. Second, read this book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This book is where I got the name thing from, and it helped me for many years with bartending and sales, and I still use many of these things to this day. I actually used a couple in this video. I don't know if you realized it or not. So yeah, I hope those help you out. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. Follow me over on Instagram, duplex_Joe. Subscribe down below. I got some rookie numbers. Going to help those out if you don't mind. We want to help out people. Like the video, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, go out there and use some of this stuff in real life. Stay on the path, and thank you so much for your time.